Okay, this is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to incorporate a story and see if maybe I could get some feedback. This is going to be a little bit of trial and error, and we'll see where it goes. Here we go. Whirling in the wind is the human breath, transcending into depth and degree. The enunciation of the day is carried along the way it postulates, forming and collapsing, expanding and contracting like the stomach muscles, conditioned adaptation. Through a complex infrastructure, surging through a convoluted conduit, the pulses are ionized, the air is electrified, stimulated and amplified, the directional glide systematically changes. Without resistance or hesitation, the story begins to grow and explode. From the surface, splintering the cohesion of the earth, an innate potential writhing, unvexed, driven by a continuum, a spectral inducement generated in a pulsar as the magnetic attraction renders a polarity, a state of equilibrium, a starting point for the main theme. The venturing of a nonconformer. A nonconformer. Let me reiterate. The venturing of a nonconformer. A taste of the journey into the life of a writer. The moment breaks into shattered glass, fragmented into a holographic state. The vision of the past etches its way into the psyche, carving what was long forgotten memory, a place that is sour to the taste and venomous in its pursuit. The haze lifts. It becomes clear where he must go now to reconciliate his ghost. It was in another land, not like the one that stood in front of him. No concrete or buildings, no consumerism, only the sound of life. The sound of life. Moving in a rhythmic harmony, a surgeon. A place. A surgeon. A place. Well, here's where I might want some comments, maybe. See what you say. This is intermission. Intermission. My story. So, therefore, he's in contemplation. These are just some observations of the story, too. I'll have to give those to you, too. Because these will be masked into the subliminal psyche. Yeah. So it's going to take mental aptitude and additional physical strength. For this map would take me over cliffs, through a tantric jungle, into caves where I will face the mirror, the shadow behind the glass. And until the moment of freedom, I shall be wrestling those haunting nightmares that keep me up all night, barely able to function or interact with societies. Rituals, those tedious meanderings of the supposed authoritative figures, those aristocrats that dictate to the masses what must be executed in the right moment. For what is the right moment, and how do you know it is the right moment? But I sway this mission, it will be arduous. It will take great skill to play the notes just right. But I must try despite the obstacles, so I conceived a plan and set it in place. I needed to acquire a few necessities. And so this is, he's starting to work his way into his battle in his mind. And so, the story, that was more of an intermission there. YouTube. So I was thinking, we're getting ready to get some necessities. So, I needed to acquire a few necessities. As I pulled into the parking lot of an as I pulled into a parking lot of an infamous arms dealer. It was a seedy establishment, but he had the most technological advanced gadgets and arsenal in the market. He was a man of shady character. Oh, he was a man of shady qualities. Readjust, I misplaced my word here. But a man of his word. So remember that was an edit because I didn't even see the word that I put down. Okay. So these are stories. And soon the evolution of my delving through history, through literature, through science will amalgamate. It'll come clear. And so here's the story again. And he was a man of his word. Griff was his name. He was a fellow, he was a fellow block kid. We called it back in '78. We used to control the main thoroughfare that led up to the downtown section of town. We headed up this tax, ring for it. Cost you to walk on our streets. And if you didn't pay, well, let's just say you would not be able to see straight after we were through. Yeah, Griff. We go way back. Some good, some bad. Nevertheless, we shared a common past, which bonded us for life. So this would be like a page change. And I'm having all this like... Okay, so the continuation would be on to the next video, if anybody wants to hear it. And that'll be it. Get some vibes. Peace to the world. And stop to envelop.